He knocked me over. I landed on the dog bowl.
This One's Wife, Nacho Shilling. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. You will be familiar with Ignacio Nacho Figueras, better known as Nacho Figueras. In case you're not familiar, he's an Argentine polo player and a model with a 6-goal handicap. He's been dubbed the David Beckham of polo. Figueras is considered to be the most famous polo player in the world. He currently co-owns and plays for Black Watch polo team. Since 2005, he's been the face of Ralph Lauren's Black Label. He is married to Delphina Blackier, and they have 4 children. He's known also as being Harry's bum chum, and there certainly appears to be something of a bromance between the two of them. There are other people suggesting that this one's wife has expressed some interest in Nacho Figueras, which wouldn't be a surprise, of course, as a consequence of the fact that Harry finds himself in a sustained devaluation. Therefore, the shackles are off in relation to the capacity for this one's wife to engage in some infidelity. We've seen pictures of her where she's talking to him and hugging him, demonstrating an overfamiliarity which is unsurprising when it comes to this one's wife's behaviour. The fact that she's married, the fact that he is a friend of her husband, and the fact that he is married to somebody else are not factors that will stop a narcissist if the narcissist decides that they want that individual. Lacking boundary recognition, any sense of accountability for their behaviours, acting with that sense of entitlement, and of course having no emotional empathy for the impact of what such infidelity would cause, the narcissist goes about their merry way in the pursuit of control and fuel, character traits and residual benefits. And if this means that families are torn apart and that relationships are cast asunder, well, so be it. Those are the collateral consequences that occur which the narcissist is neither focused upon nor cares about. However, this is not about the potential for this one's wife to engage in a spot of playing hide the sausage with Nacho Figueras, for them engaging in making the beast with 2 backs, or for him knocking her hip out, but rather is demonstrative of Figueras' status as a lieutenant in her fuel matrix. You'll recall that hitherto Figueras discharged his obligations by showing him eating some food with the scam jam placed upon it and posting it to Instagram. As a loyal lieutenant, he provided that benefit to this one's wife, enabling her to assert control through a wider dissemination of the useless jam by him posting it on his relevant social media profile. He's at it again, shilling for the Sussexes, although it is rather interesting the way that he has gone about it. You will see on your screen a post that was made by Mr. Figueras from his account on X a few days ago. And it relates to the recently broadcast Polo series. Polo has largely been panned as both boring and ill-judged and self-indulgent. There has been a concerted effort amongst the sugars to try and shore up its rating on places such as IMDb with favourable reviews and favourable ratings. And it would appear here that Nacho has also been engaged in this shilling on behalf of the Sussexes. He writes, check out this link on IMDb. Now, it is interesting that he sends a link to an episode list. He doesn't state, check out Prince Harry and this one's wife's new series, Polo. It's really good. It's really interesting. Or, as a well-known polo player, I can tell you that this is a fascinating take on the world of polo, and you should watch it. There's no endorsement from him. There's no encouragement to go and watch it. There's no backslapping mutual appreciation in relation to a sport that he's involved in, and quite possibly makes an appearance himself in the series. You'd think that he would do so. Might it be that he actually regards the series as a crock of shite and doesn't want to be associated with it? It's a possibility. Accordingly, he doesn't actually provide any endorsement. He doesn't try and encourage people to watch it, tempting them with some appropriate description of it. But rather strangely, he sends a link to IMDb. And this could only be for one purpose. Without writing it as such, because that would look rather obvious, he's encouraging people to go there and place reviews. Thus, whilst he doesn't endorse the series itself, he is content to shill on behalf of the Sussexes by being a lackey that tells people to go to IMDb with the intention of them providing favourable ratings and favourable reviews. Yes, he doesn't tell people to do that, but as I've just stated, that would be rather obvious of him if he went down that route. And instead, what he's seeking to do is to encourage people to do that by nudging them towards the link for IMDb. It's only a short-worded tweet that has come from him, and as you can see, as at the time of taking the appropriate screenshot, it had been viewed some 69,000 times. But what it does demonstrate is his continued allegiance to the Sussexes, his position as a lieutenant in the fuel matrix of this one's wife, meaning that he does more than just an ordinary coterie member. Coterie members for the Narcissist are those ordinary supporters that are favourable, that look favourably upon the Narcissist, but the lieutenant is a level up. That lieutenant, as I've explained in separate videos, is someone who could be relied upon to take actual action, sometimes at the behest of the Narcissist, sometimes of their own volition, because they are supportive of that Narcissist. He'll also be doing it, of course, because he regards Prince Harry as a friend, if not occasional lover, in the stables. But this demonstrates that he continues to shill on their behalf, and it smacks of the desperation that surrounds the Sussexes these days. Here you have, as I explained at the outset of the video, the world's most famous polo player, the David Beckham of polo, a handsome man with his modelling contracts and wealth, beautiful wife and family. And what's he doing? Shilling on behalf of the Sussexes. It wouldn't be a surprise if this one's wife and or Harry had got in contact with him and said, "Hey Nacho, could you give it a push? We're getting shitty reviews. Could you put something out there to encourage people to watch it and encourage people to leave a favourable review?" Nacho goes along with it. He's not particularly keen, because as I've mentioned, this is not a ringing endorsement of it, but he still does it. And for him, of his stature, to send something like this demonstrates that not only does he shill on the part of the Sussexes, but it also once again demonstrates the depths to which they have fallen and the stench of desperation that surrounds them, to have Nacho shilling on their behalf. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.